Sunrise and streaming on crossroadstoday.com. A key road will be closed for much of the week. Find out when and how it might impact your commute. A new offer may put cash back in travelers' pockets. Those details coming up. Plus, a powerful storm is causing travel chaos coast to coast. Coming up, what you need to know.
And for the start of December, we're going to be looking a little bit wet out there with a lot of rain out there expected today, but also a little bit chilly. We'll talk about all that in the weather coming up.
All right, Crossroads, we'll put that Refugio game to bed after hearing from a defensive player after their big win against Ganado. Coming up in sports.
You're watching 25 News Now Sunrise.
Oh, thank you, Parker. I got a last-minute sniffle there.
She sneezed there the last second there. It's kind of funny.
So, welcome to your Monday morning. I had a great Thanksgiving holiday.
I did as well. I hope y'all did too.
A great weekend, and we're looking forward to the first week of December.
The first week of December, that's right. Today is the first day of December, first of the month, and to start out the month, we're going to be looking a little bit wet out there, and I'm just going to go ahead and say it's going to be a bit of a nasty day in the weather department because we're looking at clouds, rain, chilly temperatures, a light wind. We'll look at all of that a little bit because starting out the day, we already have a little bit of rain out there. Looking at your current radar, pretty scattered in nature. A lot of light to moderate rain out there this morning. Nothing in terms of thunderstorms just yet because we don't really have enough energy for that. But looking at where all the rain is, you can see looking in Victoria County, a lot of moderate activity heading right up 59 this morning. So if you're going to be traveling, please stay safe. The roads will be a little bit wet and greasy because it's the first decent rain we've had in a bit. A little bit of moderate rain happening east towards 59. Also a little bit down to our south, coming up into Calhoun County, right about the timing I was thinking. About 20 minutes ago when I was thinking that, but also a little bit headed up towards, we got Sargent, Matagorda, and Palacios is around here as well. So I'm just going to go ahead and say grab your umbrella if you're headed out the door this morning, and please stay safe because we are going to have a little bit of rain out there. And we're going to have more rain later today thanks to the jet stream. You can see streaming right over our heads because of a mid-level low pressure system steering it a little bit further south. But you can see in Victoria, it's already kind of raining, kind of spitting out there, 46 degrees, also a little bit chilly. So bundle up. We're also starting out the day mid and upper 40s this morning. So if you're sitting those kiddos at the door, grab them the jacket and the umbrella. We're looking at, like I said, a bit of a gross day. All those details next.
Roadwork on Millette Drive will continue into this week. City officials say the road will be closed from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. today through Friday. The adjusted hours are meant to avoid school traffic and keep drivers and crews safe. This closure is in addition to the work already happening on Millette Drive this week. Drivers are encouraged to plan for delays and use different routes. Victoria County is looking to give holiday travelers a little boost. This morning, commissioners will consider a new promotion at the Victoria Regional Airport. It would put $100 back into your pocket for every round-trip flight to Houston through January 6th. If you live in Victoria County and book through United, you can get the reimbursement once you finish your trip. With more people already flying local, officials say this incentive could keep that momentum going, moving the airport closer to its goal of 20,000 employments. Now to that major storm expected to wreak havoc as we begin a new work week. ABC's Hannah Bata has the details on plenty of travel chaos as people try to make their way home from Thanksgiving destinations.
As the Midwest digs out from a major winter storm, more snow is on the way today, with the South bracing for freezing rain. Those systems are then expected to combine, bringing dangerous weather to the East Coast.
Those two lows then converge and create really messy conditions starting first thing Tuesday. It's mainly a rain event from D.C. south, but the I-95 corridor will see a rain-snow mix, and the interior Northeast, that's where we could see a really productive snowfall event.
Up to a foot of snow could fall across Pennsylvania and up to Maine. Over the weekend, snow and ice making for treacherous post-Thanksgiving travel. Ground stops issued at airports in Chicago after the city saw its snowiest November day on record, more than 8 inches Saturday. At Midway Airport, a private plane sliding off the runway after landing. And in Des Moines, a similar scene, this Delta jet skidding as it turned to taxi. Thousands of flights were either canceled or delayed nationwide.
Our flight was supposed to leave at 2:20 and it just kept getting delayed until eventually it was like midnight.
Traveling by car, not much easier. 45 vehicles were involved in this chain reaction crash on Interstate 70 in Indiana. And a scary moment for those trying to enjoy the storm. 14 people left dangling on a chairlift at the ski resort in Wisconsin for 40 minutes because of a power outage. Winter storm watches are already in effect for parts of the Northeast. Hannah Patah, ABC News, New York.
In Schulenburg, an 18-wheeler caught on fire that slowed traffic on Interstate 10 and prompted a multi-agency emergency response. The fire broke out Friday along the westbound lanes near the 674-mile marker. By 2 p.m. Friday, officials confirmed all lanes were reopened and the traffic was flowing normally once again. In Cuero on Saturday morning, crews were called out around 6:30 a.m. to a home on the South River Road. The Cuero Volunteer Fire Department responded along with Cuero firefighters who were automatically dispatched because it was classified as a structure fire. When firefighters arrived, all occupants were already safely outside. Officials say the residents' fast response helped slow the flames before the crews got there, containing the fire to a smaller section of the home and preventing significant interior damage. Fire crews were able to save the structure entirely and no injuries were reported. The cause of the fire is still under investigation. Port Lavaca is working on its 20-year comprehensive plan, seeking opinions from residents to influence future recommendations and strategies for the future. Residents will meet with planners to discuss issues related to land use, utilities, housing, and services. The city is hosting an open meeting on Tuesday from 6 to 8 p.m. That'll be at the Bauer Community Center. Residents can seek more information by contacting Jody Weaver at jweaver@portlavaca.org. For more local news, weather, and sports, come to crossroadstoday.com. It's now 6:37 on our Monday morning. Here's a look at what's coming up next on 25 News Now. Sunrise. Downtown was buzzing with festive fun this weekend. Find out what brought the community together in a big way.
I'm ABC's Perry Russman. Washington, the high-stakes negotiations to end the war in Ukraine happening right here in the U.S. The latest on peace talks. That story coming up.
And also coming up next after the break and the short-term forecast, you heard me say we have more rain coming later today. So coming up next, we'll take a look and see when all of that will be here. Well, good morning, Crossroads, and happy Monday. Also, happy December. It's a brand new week and a brand new month. And to start out the month, like I said earlier, make sure you've got your jackets and your umbrellas packed for today, Monday, because it's going to be a bit of one of those. It's going to be one of those pretty gross days. And here's why. We got lots of cloud cover, rain in the forecast, and chilly temperatures. We'll look at all of that in a second, because starting out with the radar, once again, you can see current radar showing lots of scattered shower activity out there this morning. So if you're not seeing rain right now, that's probably because you're west of 77, because pretty much most of us east of 77 this morning is seeing some form of rain out there, whether it's some spitting sprinkles or it's a light to moderate shower. So I think that should be enough for y'all to grab your umbrella this morning. And if that's not enough, here's the future tracker. I guarantee you're going to pick up your umbrella after this, because I'm going to go hour by hour for the rest of today, Monday, because chances of rain are 80%, 80, so pretty good shot that you're going to see it. So here's 7 a.m., 8 a.m., 9 a.m., 10 a.m., 11 a.m., noontime, 1 p.m., 2 p.m. and then finally sometime around 3 or 4 p.m. rain activity should start cutting off. We'll look at chances 20%, 10% for the rest of the evening, and cloud cover will stay pretty cloudy all the way through the overnight hours until tomorrow, Tuesday, when the sun is coming back out for one day. Then the clouds are right back on Wednesday. And if you see rain today, we're looking at generally probably a quarter to half an inch of rain. Some of us might get lucky with an inch, maybe a little less of rain, but if you don't see the rain, like I said, it's going to be 80% of us that see rain today. Well, clouds are going to keep us a little bit chilly today. High of only 51 in Victoria. That's 19 degrees below where we're supposed to be. And everyone else about the same. Highs in the low 50s today. And tonight it's going to be quite chilly with low temperatures dropping to the mid and upper 30s. So stay warm and dry and do that for the rest of this week with more rain and fronts coming our way. And we'll look at that next.
All right, Crossroads, we're talking UIL state football playoffs. We're going to talk about Refugio one more time after their big win against Ganado. Clearly, the offense had a great night, especially on the ground, making a lot of big plays in the run game, especially in that second half. However, the defense also stood up against a very talented Ganado team. We spoke with Leighton Garza after the game. He got a big interception during the game off of a deep pass from Landon Arriaga. Now, let's go ahead and hear from him about the team's big game.
My coach say, if ball's in the air, go get it. That's rule number one. The ball's in the air, go get it. That's all I had to do. Practice, everything's strictly business. There ain't no playing around. The coaches have a plan. We execute the plan. That's it. There isn't much to it. We have great coaches, great everything. We just need to execute.
Refugio will go on to face the Mason Punchers. That team has 3 losses on the season, and they're averaging over 36 points per game, and they're up to 52 in the postseason. So good luck to the Bobcats as they move on in the playoffs.
Experience our digital streaming service, Crossroads Today Plus. You can stream our daily newscast and much more using your connected TV. Just download Crossroads Today Plus on your Roku, Amazon Fire TV, Apple TV, or Android TV. Search for Crossroads Today Plus. It's a critical week for Ukraine. A U.S. Special Envoy is set to take a possible peace deal to Russia. ABC's Perry Russom is in Washington with the latest on the deal in the works.
High-stakes talks to end the war in Ukraine happening in Florida. Secretary of State Marco Rubio leading negotiations with Ukraine yesterday before U.S. Special Envoy Steve Witkoff takes a possible peace deal to Vladimir Putin this week.
This is delicate, it's complicated, there are a lot of moving parts.
Rubio calls Sunday's talks very productive and useful, saying progress was made.
We don't just want to end the war, we also want to help Ukraine be safe forever, so never again will they face another invasion.
Major sticking points between Russia and Ukraine remain. A source familiar with the discussions tells ABC News Russia is not willing to agree to a ceasefire in any form, while Ukraine is unwilling to give up territory. Even with those roadblocks, President Trump says negotiations are going well.
Ukraine's got some difficult little problems. They have some difficult problems, but I think Russia would like to see it end, and I know Ukraine would like to see it end.
The battle between Russia and Ukraine rages on. Russia launching more attacks over the weekend, killing at least 4 people in Kyiv. Ukraine using sea drones, hitting 2 Russian tankers off Turkey's coast, suspected of smuggling sanctioned Russian oil. Again, a possible peace deal will be presented to Vladimir Putin on Tuesday. President Zelensky is traveling to Paris today to meet with President Macron to discuss the negotiations. Perry Russom, ABC News, Washington.
Downtown Victoria was full of holiday cheer over the weekend as the community kicked off Small Business Weekend with its annual Grinch Fest. The city shut down Constitution Street to make room for several vendors, DJs, games, and Grinch-themed contests. Families packed the street enjoying food, shopping, and live entertainment, all designed to support local businesses and bring the holiday spirit to life. Children and adults took part in Grinch competitions with prizes handed out throughout the day. The event served as a festive boost for small businesses gearing up for the holiday shopping season.
So I just feel like with a community event with Grinch as the focal point, that it's just a community event where we all get together and hopefully our hearts grow 3 times larger.
Organizer Jane Jaramillo says the goal was simple: bring people together and spread joy. She says Grinch Fest is all about creating memories, celebrating community, and putting smiles on people's faces during the holiday season. If you see news happening, let us know. Call the number on your screen. That's 361-576-0026. You can also send us an email with your news tips to staff@crossroadstoday.com. It's now 6:46 on our Monday morning. Still to come on Sunrise. A breakthrough trial is underway that could change how depression is treated. Find out what's involved. It's time to celebrate some birthdays. Happy birthday to 13-year-old Brandon. Happy 13th birthday to our handsome grandson Brandon from Mimi and Popo and all the family. We love you. Enjoy your day.
Happy birthday, Brandon. And I want to wish my son Titus a happy 16th birthday today. Love you lots. And that's from Mom and Dad.
I want to wish my mother-in-law Peggy a happy birthday. Hope you have a wonderful day at work. We love you.
Happy birthday, Peggy. And we also want to wish a happy 15th birthday to Abigail. Abigail is also our cake winner today. Happy birthday. She celebrated on Sunday.
A happy belated birthday to my wonderful daughter-in-law, Kimberly. Enjoy this rainy day. May the good Lord bless you with many more happy and healthy years. Love you bunches from your family.
Happy birthday, Kimberly. And also happy birthday to my sister, Mary. Sister, try and stay dry on this wet day. May you be blessed with many more happy and healthy years. Live every day to the fullest. And I love you. And to see your birthday wish live on 25 News Now Sunrise, you can come to crossroadstoday.com. Just click the drop-down menu, then click the Home tab, and then you'll see Submit Your Birthday Photo.
The time is now 6:47 on our Monday morning. I want to wish Zachary a very happy birthday. I'm sorry I missed your birthday dinner last night. We'll have to make up for it later.
That's right.
And happy birthday to you. If you're celebrating one today, or maybe you got to celebrate over the weekend.
Over the weekend, that's right. Happy birthday. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Well, good morning, Crossroads. I'm sure a lot of y'all saw the 7-day forecast a few moments ago, and you probably saw what I was talking about, how we have another shot at rain and another shot at cooler weather later this week. That's thanks to a cold front that'll come through. I'm thinking Wednesday night and Thursday morning, dropping our highs back down into the 60s and 50s well for a day on Friday, because later this week, going into this weekend time, the winds are going to return right back out of the Gulf, east and the southeast and the southwest, and that's going to warm us up back to the 60s and even 70s. Very nice on Sunday. Before that all changes one more time with another cold front coming in, blasting through Sunday night, and then Monday morning, that front should drop us back down into the 50s and 60s once again for next week. But you can see the rest of this week, low temperatures also looking a bit chilly, so make sure you've got your jackets washed and ready to go. 40s and one day in the 30s, also one day in the 50s, and also a couple more days rain chances, 50 and 40% for Thursday and Friday after the front comes through. And here's why we got rain chances after a front comes through, because usually it's pretty dry after a front. Well, right now, looking at the upper atmosphere, this is in control of about 78% of our weather. Well, we got a couple low systems out there. We got one that's currently right off the coast of west coast of Oregon and Washington, but that's going to continue sinking south for the rest of this week, and that'll send us our first front for Thursday morning. But with this system developing another one behind that in the eastern Pacific, the jet stream is going to ride right back over our heads, and that's going to bring back our cloud cover and rain chances once again for Thursday and Friday. And you can see that right here on the future tracker going into Thursday. A little bit of rain activity for Thursday, and also once again for Friday as well. A little bit more than that, I'm thinking. And we'll look at all of that more later on Sunrise.
25 News Now meteorologist Trey Mining recently underwent brain surgery to help alleviate symptoms caused by Parkinson's disease. I spoke with an expert about how the same surgical procedure is being used to treat depression. A deep brain stimulation implant is commonly used to reduce symptoms caused by Parkinson's disease. Now the procedure is part of a clinical trial to treat depression. It's part of a study called Transcend. Dr. Mark George is the principal investigator of Abbott's Transcend study. Abbott intends to gain FDA approval once the data needed is collected.
So we add that device on top of regular talking therapy and medications. We hold that steady for a year. In order to see whether this thing works in the trial, we have to do this rigorous scientific step where half of the people actually get the device turned on and the other half don't for a whole year. At the end of a year, we're able to turn everybody on.
George says depression is terribly common. If you go out and grab 20 people off the sidewalk at that moment, one of those 20 people will actually be in an episode of major depression.
But we now know that depression is not a weakness or, it is actually a disease just like diabetes, just like heart attack, just like cancer. It happens to people. They don't bring it on. They're not less worthy of it. And when you begin to understand that, it's just another medical illness. So there really is no stigma. And you should be able to say to anybody, everybody, your friends, employees, family members, I think I'm getting depressed. I need help.
If you're interested in taking part in the Transcend clinical trial study, Dr. George suggests searching for a nearby medical center offering the trial. Still to come on Sunrise, news to know before you go. A special holiday tradition is lighting up the season. Find out what's drawing crowds from near and far. A holiday tradition in the Crossroads is bringing the holiday spirit alive. The Red Barn Nativity display is open for the season and it's drawing crowds from near and far. Veronica Coliba, who creates the displays, has spent years collecting more than 1,000 pieces from thrift shops and yard sales from across the state. Now all the treasures are on full display, drawing visitors in from miles around to see.
I encourage the public to come out to view, even if you've been here and maybe it was a year or two ago. Things have changed. She's added to the collection. It's a remarkable experience. You can go through it 2 or 3 times and not see the same thing, or you'll see something different. So I encourage.
It's definitely worth the trip. It's definitely worth the drive.
The display is located inside the Red Barn at 3187 Highway 35 in Port Lavaca. It's open Friday through Sunday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. through December 28th. Admission is free. Monetary donations as well as donating your own nativity scene are welcome. Pope Leo was in Lebanon Sunday, continuing to ask representatives to help achieve peace in the region. Leo arrived in Beirut after a 4-day visit to Turkey. He was greeted by Lebanese President Joseph Aoun and the First Lady before his rainy welcoming ceremony. Pope Leo spoke to several senior government and religious figures, praising Lebanese people for their resilience. We want to invite y'all to experience our digital streaming service, Crossroads Today Plus. You can find it on your connected TV through Amazon Fire TV, Roku, Apple TV, Android TV. Just search for Crossroads Today Plus. Now, don't let the weather get your mood down. Maybe bake some cookies, spark some joy, because we're not going to find it outside, are we, Parker?
No, today's going to be one of those days you're going to want to sit inside pretty much the whole day. It's going to be pretty much a nasty one out there. It's already kind of looking nasty out there this morning, looking very cloudy, cool, chilly, slight bit of a breeze, and also wet with showers around the area. Here's the radar. Don't believe me? Look at all around the Crossroads. We've got lots of rain out there this morning, so if you're going to be hitting the roads, please stay safe. The roads will be a little bit wet. And also grab the umbrella, but also grab your jacket, because it's a little bit chilly this morning. Starting at the day, most of us in the mid-40s, some in the upper 40s and low 50s. But those temperatures you just saw right there, not going to rise too much thanks to the clouds and rain with us. Most of it in the morning time, but clouds will stay with us all day today. Also a bit breezy on the coast, getting up to a high of only 52 today in Port Lavaca. Like I said, keep your jacket on you. It will be a little bit chilly. 51 for the high in Victoria and about the same in Cuero, 51. Upper 40s by noon. So a little bit of a gross day out there if you ask me. Cloudy, rainy, slightly breezy, and yeah, just wet and cool. Well, it's going to be like that for a few more days this week before a couple more fronts get here later.
All right, thank you, Parker. And thank y'all for being with us this morning. Join Shauna, Don, Maclovio, and Max today for 25 News Now at 5, 6, and 10. Have a great day.